You know what they say about the good old days. Usually people are talking about the 50s or maybe the turn of the century. But today we're going a little further back, past the history books, past civilizations, into a time where the world was very different and a very dangerous place. It was a land of giants, and in that land there was only one king. He didn't just rule, he dominated. He was likely nearly 45 feet of muscle and predatory instinct. Experts believe he weighed up to 8 tons. To put that into perspective, that's about 4 pickup trucks stacked on top of each other, and every pound of it was designed to hunt. Scientists called him Carcharodontosaurus. It means shark-toothed lizard, and that's for good reason. His teeth weren't just bone, they were serrated steak knives, nearly 8 inches long, designed to shear through the toughest hides of the giant long-necked sauropods of what we now know as Northern Africa. He had a skull 5 feet long, large enough to swallow man whole without a second thought. He was likely faster than he had any right to be, and more ferocious than anything we can imagine today. For a long time, we didn't know much about him. The first fossils found at the turn of the 20th century were lost, vaporized in the fire and fury of World War II. It seemed the king had been erased from memory, but then in the 1900s, the earth gave up its secrets again. New bones were found. And we have realized that even the famous T-Rex, who wouldn't show up for another 30 million years, would have had his hands full with this North African titan. But there is so much more to the story. We like to think of value in terms of what's new, what's shiny, what's happening now. But folks, the CIT Mint looked at it differently. They looked at the silver in the earth, precious metal formed in the hearts of dying stars billions of years ago, and they looked at the tooth fragment, as you see here, that sat in the jaw of a predator 95 million years ago, and they decided to bring those two together. So they've created this coin, but coin is a small world for what this is. It is a 1-ounce silver bullion masterpiece, yes, struck in ultra high relief so deep that it looks like the dinosaur is trying to step out of the metal and into your living room. But it's what's inside that matters. Embedded onto this reverse, as you see, of each of these coins is a genuine, certified fragment of a tooth from Carcharodontosaurus himself. Think about that. You aren't just holding a piece of silver, which, mind you, is older than Earth itself. You're holding a piece of the apex predator that once stood at the very top of the food chain during the Cretaceous period. You might wonder, why should I care about a bit of fossil and some silver? Well, friends, it's about rarity. There are only 999 of these in existence in the entire world, in a global economy where we print money by the trillions. There's something grounding, something real about holding an asset that cannot be duplicated. The silver is ancient, the fossil is prehistoric, and the story is timeless. It reminds us that we are just a small part of a very grand history. It is a piece of numismatic prehistory that you can hold in the palm of your hand. A reminder that while kings and empires rise and fall, the earth keeps its treasures for those who know where to look. So if you happen to see one of these silver giants, take a moment. Look at the tooth fragment and remember that 95 million years ago, that piece of bone was the most feared thing on the planet. But the real question is, should it be revered in your collection? We're going to place it on our 60-point scale to see if it has claimed a spot as an elite coin. We move here to the Obverse. We see here peeking out of an egg the freshly hatched Carcharodontosaurus. He's taking his first look as we do the same with him. The texture is just exquisite on the egg as well as the proper foliage. These ferns would have been all the rage in the Cretaceous period. We also have King Charles right here with the Cook Islands and monetary value present, reminding us that this is a silver specimen that is also a coin. Another note on this design, we often see coins where the monarch or even a coat of arms takes up the entire side of a coin. This is normal and not entirely bad, but when you have an amazing and unique theme such as this, why not choose, as the CIT Mint has done, to invite the theme to be carried on both sides of the coin? This is respectful to the rules of coinage in the Commonwealth, but also does justice to an element that far precedes mankind and whose story belongs to all nations. This is an amazing and exquisite design. Look at the depth in the fissure right here within the egg. Within the fern leaves, just fantastic, and it scores a perfect 10. Now we move to the reverse, where we find the star of our show. We have mid-roar, one would assume, a large Carcharodontosaurus. I would assume he means business, as predators would not want to disclose their location unless territorial disputes or courtship were on top of the to-do list. This is a fantastic scene, as the ferns carry over from the obverse to break up the negative space of the field. We have so many variations in texture, from the skin scale patterns to the smoothness of the gullet. We see teeth on full display, which, as noted before, is the reason this carnivore of the Cretaceous period got his name. What is more amazing is the tan lump of bone we see right past the 6 o'clock position. It is a certified actual piece of tooth. So now you not only see the creature in full display, you see a real piece of a tooth from him. A relic that is likely 90 million years old, sitting upon a coin that, though newly minted itself, is made of pure silver that was formed in the founding of this planet. Simply remarkable and something I have never seen before. As a musician, I love when art plays in harmonic sequence. We have the main theme in featured dinosaur, but each element, as the rocks, the text, the foliage, add to the texture in a very natural way. It's like harmonies created by a melody millions of years old. It piques the curiosity and majesty of a time we will never fully comprehend, and it scores a 10. Which sends us to Mintage. This coin features a piece of a real tooth of a Carcharodontosaurus. These, to my knowledge, cannot be grown in a lab. They must be found, and these are not common to find. It is my guess that this is why there are only 999 of these coins in existence. We cannot simply harvest more, and it would likely be foolish and irresponsible to harvest more than one tooth for a coin series, as science needs these for further understanding as technology advances. I'm honored to hold this, and it scores a 10. Now we travel to cultural significance. Experts believe this is what the world looked like at the time of the Cretaceous period. This matters, as you can note in this image that nations did not exist. Most land masses were nothing like they are today. And this is why I have and always believed that the story of dinosaurs do not belong to one nation. They belong to all of us. Their legacy is below all of our feet, and it is in the oil we use for our vehicles and thus the plastic all around us. Their bones lay in the mountains and the valleys of our ancestors. This being said, even the Cook Islands and other islands of isolation have claim to the mystery and awe of these amazing creatures. It scores a 10. Collectibility is our next category. It's hard to argue that dinosaurs are not popular. They are often seen on coins as a matter of active history versus passive history. Dinosaurs and humans are not cohabitants. Not only does this coin have a unique dinosaur theme, it hosts an actual fossil of the creature, raising the prestige. The design and the execution alone are enough to warrant a strong collectible status. We add on top of that the idea that these dinosaurs invoke something in us, something that we remember as children, taking in the awe and majesty, the imagination of such a land where these walked around. Adding to that low mintage and an actual fossil, you have an extremely collectible coin. It scores a 10, which brings us to uniqueness. We have a coin that features a dinosaur that I have rarely heard about. In fact, when I put Carcharodontosaurus in Numista's catalog, as expected, this is the only coin that pops up. This paired with an actual fossil fragment makes it one of the most unique coins I have ever had. In fact, given that this coin has a unique fossil fragment that is unlike any other, it may be the most unique coin I have ever held. It scores a 10, bringing us to our final thoughts and score. The Carcharodontosaurus stalks across the line at an elite and perfect 60 out of 60. The CIT Mint have done it, folks. They have created a perfect coin. This feat has only been achieved a couple of times over hundreds of bullion coins I have reviewed. This is an amazing design. If you are a fan of our collective past like I am, this coin screams your name. It was an honor to bring it to you today, and congratulations are in order for the CIT Mint. It is extremely rare to have a perfect coin on our rating. Well done. Thank you for joining us, and as always, please remember to stay classy and current with the culture of currency.